Addiction has a core. Everyone who is addicted. Oh, my mic wasn't even on. My bad. Addiction has a core. Everyone who has an addiction has a core reason to be addicted. They don't just get addicted and, they're addicted. No, there's always a core reason. Now, you can just like take something or do something and you're addicted to something. But the reason I'm talking about this subject specifically is because I do myself have an addiction. It's not drugs, it's not alcohol, it's not sex or anything like that, but it is like it's masturbation and pornography, which which I've gotten better at not doing. I'm still not the best at getting over it because I mean, like I said, there's a core reason to why you're addicted to something. And many people today just don't understand that because, I mean, you see people like out in the streets, you see people just drinking alcohol and all this stuff, smoking cigarettes or vaping. And there's a reason for that. It's not just because, like, oh, you're just nasty or whatnot. There isn't a reason. And that reason is probably because of stress, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, or maybe a loss of a loved one, or maybe you're going through something like divorce or something. There's so many reasons on why people have an addiction, and there's a core to that reason, and that core can be many things. Not just, oh, I did this and now I'm addicted. Because I did indeed find pornography whenever I was about 9 or so, and I didn't start actually doing it until I was about 12. Now, I never had sex in my life, which I'm very glad and thankful for, but I have masturbated a lot. It's not good. It's not okay because I somehow got introduced to it, and I think I might have just discovered it. I don't really know, but I'm 19, so I mean I found it whenever I was 9. I started doing it whenever I was 12, so it's a good bit of years that I've been doing it. I've stopped a little bit more or a lot more recently. It's more that I need self-control and stuff, and it's also because of loneliness, kind of depression in a way, because I don't really have anyone to talk to other than my family, which we don't talk a whole lot, which we do. We do, but not all the time. But many people have an addiction, and many people on the outside see it as you're just a nasty, disgusting person. And yes, you could say that, but do you know the real core reason onto why they're addicted? Most will say no. And I don't ever really judge people, even the drug addicts, because even they are going through something that we just don't know of. They could be, you know, main reason because they're homeless and they're just like, man, I can't get nothing. Nobody wants to take me in, or I can't get a job, and they're trying to drown the pain with drugs, alcohol, or sex, or something, or they're lonely like me, or there's other many reasons on why they have an addiction, and many people just don't understand that because my family does say like, oh, they're just addicted to drugs and it's nasty. They can get their own job, and a lot of people have a hard time doing it. Just trying to quit because you can't just quit. Quitting, like, even if you do get what you want, the depression's gone, suicidal thoughts are gone, anxiety, all that's gone, doesn't mean the addiction will just snap away. Because, I mean, there's a process, there's steps to take and able to get rid of that addiction. Now, for my case, I can just quit anytime I want. Well, I can't just quit anytime I want. It's not just you quit and that's it. There's steps to it because I mean, you gotta have like I don't know. For me, I just gotta get off my phone more. Just I try to drown myself in like work, really. But then I figured out like, okay, well I'm more of a lonely person than needing to drown myself out in work, which keeping myself occupied and putting my energy into stuff like YouTube and trying to stream helps more. But then I just realized, oh, I'm really lonely, and that gets me. And that could be a lot for a lot of other people. Like they drown themselves out with work, and then whenever they're done with it, it's just like, I'm lonely and yeah, I want to drown out the loneliness. I want to drown out the pain. And even if you're not like in that situation anymore, you're always just like, I can't necessarily just quit. Like drugs and alcohol, for an example, you can't just quit that. That actually hurts you if you just go cold turkey on it. If you go cold turkey on drugs or alcohol, it can actually kill you. And there's steps to it. You gotta take less and less each time you do it. And if you do that, eventually you will quit, and that is extremely difficult to do. I don't know anything about it though, but for me, it's masturbation. That's my worst addiction. I've never really told anyone, but I'm inventing it. I have told people in the past, but But yeah, there's always a core addiction to drugs or addiction. There's a core addiction. There's a core to addiction. Holy crap! It's early in the morning. There's always a core. There's always an addiction. Let me think. There's always a core to addiction. Always. There's never just like. Well, I mean, there is just. I took it, now I'm addicted, but it's mainly just. There's a reason for it. You know, it's not just I got addicted to it, and people just judge everyone off of it, and they don't really try to understand the reason for it, and they just assume and they say you're disgusting, you need to get a better life, even though they are going through it and they need help. And yeah, but that's what I was going to talk about. That addiction has a core. There's reasons why you're addicted. You're not always just going to see a person who just got addicted because they took something. It's very possible, and it happens a lot, but the main reason is people have problems that they want to drown out, and it's really just normalized today. I mean, everyone has their own problems, but people really just take drugs or alcohol or sex or pornography to try to drown out that like pain and stuff. But that's what I was going to talk about. I love you. Jesus loves you, and I'll see you in the next one.